Hey, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who blew up. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect who firmly believe on Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I'm here with another lesson, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And as you can see, is entitled, Blessed Are Your Eyes with Vision to See. And the Lord, selected a certain group of individuals who he was going to bless with vision to see, and to see the prophecies, vision to understand the scriptures. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has to be dealing with you first and foremost, in order for us to be able to see the scriptures actually coming to life, and it starts in the mind first. The Lord has to Lord unlock those seals, when he went up on the cross, and the certain individuals who he predestined from the foundations of the earth, the Lord pretty much opened their minds to receive this truth. And to prove that, I want to start off getting the book of Luke, chapter 24. Book of Luke, chapter 24, verse, I'm going to start at verse 43. It says, and he took it and did eat before them. It says, and he said unto them, these are the words which I have spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled. What must be fulfilled? The prophecies, the scriptures, right? Because even in the Old Testament, Yahweh Shai was prophesied of, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. It says, he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures. And where's the understanding derived from? Your spirit, your mind. So the Lord has to unlock and open that in order for us to receive and envision this truth. The Lord has to be dealing with you to see that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, or the Gentiles who the Apostle Paul went to are Israelites. The Lord have to be supping with you. It says, verse 46, and he said unto them, thus it is written, and thus it behooved a Mashiach to suffer and to rise from the dead the third day. So the next scripture I want to grab is let me see here. I just had it. Here it is. This is the book of St. John, chapter 20. I'm gonna start at verse 27. Now when the Lord he went up on the cross as a sacrifice, everyone within the region, was aware of it, as well as the 12 disciples, and Thomas, which was one of the disciples, he pretty much doubted that the Lord was risen. And this is the account, after the third day when the Lord risen. This is the account upon it. This is the book of St. John, chapter 20. I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, the other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see in his hands the print. Matter of fact, I'm going to start from verse 24. It says, but Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, was not with them when Yahushua came. This was after he was risen, right? It says, the other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. So here it is. Thomas was doubting that the rest of the disciples seen the Lord as after his resurrection. It says verse 26, and after 8 days again his disciples were within, and Thomas with them. Then came Yahushua, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, peace be unto you. Verse 27, then saith he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. And it says, and Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my power. Yahushua saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed, which is we have the hope for elect, Here it is in this present time, we don't actually see the Lord with bodily eyes. And I'm going to pull out another scripture, harping upon that. Here it is. The only reason why, Thomas, you know, believed was because he seen the Lord, you know, with his own eyes, and that was a great deal of mercy that Yahweh Shai, had Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai had upon Thomas, you know. And he was blessed for that. How much more, brothers not seeing the Lord and still believing, you know. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 37. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 36. It says, They have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them. I take to witness the grace of the people, and who are the only ones acknowledging their sins? We have the hopeful elect. That's why we present our bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to the Heavenly Father, in hopes that He will have mercy upon us, for the sins that we did commit. Because Yahweh Shai, covered the sins for the elect first and foremost. So Lord willing, we are those men who the Lord imputeth not iniquity, right? It says, I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones in gladness, and though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe the thing that I say. What's the spirit? The word. Pursuing to St. John 60:63. Romans 8:16 also touches on the spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So we haven't seen the Lord with bodily eyes, yet in spirit we believe the things that He say. That's faith. What's faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That's what is going to grant us a ticket on a chariot, man. Receiving salvation. Having faith, man. So what? Blessed are our eyes, for we have the vision to see. Because the Lord, it's all throughout the scriptures that the Lord, isn't dealing with everybody. Because if that was the case, they all would have accepted the Lord. Just like you got individuals out there that don't believe in the things that we say, beginning with our apostles at Great Millstone on down. They didn't believe the Lord back then. So you're gonna have naysayers, man. And that proves that the Lord doesn't love everybody. And this truth is not meant for everybody. Let me get the book of Matthew, chapter 13. Because there was a reason why the Lord spoke to the masses in parables. This truth wasn't for them. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13. Let me start at verse 9. It says, Who have ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? When you look up that word parables, it means a dark saying. It says, He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So that cuts, that heresy that God loves everybody, or because if God loved everybody, He would have shown and made known His mysteries unto everybody. But here it is, the Lord clearly singled the disciples out as opposed to the masses. So what you think, if the Lord did that back then, does it not make sense that the Lord would do that presently? That's why you got a lot of people that, get offended by this truth when we bringing out this word. You got a lot of people that may listen for a little while, and then they may get offended by what we may say, whether we call out their sins, and they walk off, because going into Proverbs 22:3, it says, A prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. The simple that pass on and are punished are those individuals who the Lord didn't make known His mysteries unto. So we can't take this truth as a light thing, man. We got to cherish it. We got to cherish this faith, man. Knowing and having the understanding of these scriptures is going to grant us salvation, right? It says, let me read verse 11 again. It says, He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever have, to him shall be given. Salakia. It says, for whosoever have, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. You know, a lot of guys that may have come into this faith, come into this truth, you know, and found out to be demons. You know, they found out to be wicked. That's why you got guys changing up the doctrine, because the Lord is taking away that in which he even had. You know, you got guys that's saying that what they saying, Yahweh Shai, you know, isn't King Solomon. You know, whether they may have had it back in the day, I'm not sure. You know, however, it's clear as day that they pushing out heresies, man. Those are lies. You know, here it is. You could have had the understanding that America is Babylon the Great. I believe ITR was pushing this. You have the understanding that Babylon the Great is America. Now you're saying that Babylon is the Vatican. That's the Lord taking away that in which you had. Or here it is, you understood not getting the shape up was wrong. Here it is, you get offended at the word. Now you find yourself getting shape ups. That's the Lord taking away that which you even had. Those are those 7 demons coming upon you, right? It says, but whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. Verse 13, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Why? Because going back into Luke 24 and 45, the Lord has to open your understanding. If the Lord is not with you in this understanding, you're never going to get it, man. That's why, you know, the more you're in this faith, you know, here it is. You got to tell an individual once, man. You know, you got to, you're only entitled to tell them once. If they can't get it nor receive it, to hell with them. You know, you don't get pissed off. It's only because the Lord is not dealing with them. The Lord said he shall give them a quick understanding. In Isaiah, the 11th chapter, you know, if it's like uh, calculus trying to get this truth, the Lord is not dealing with them, man. You know, the Lord's not supping with that individual. You know, so like the apostles like to say that their elders mentioned, you know, we moving on. You know, we moving on. It says, verse 14, it says, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand. That's why we out there on the highways and byways, you know, they hear our words, but they don't understand it. You know, we even got pictures of edification. You know, some brothers, you know, go into the history with various books and they still can't understand this truth, man. You know, that's because the Lord got the angels out there blocking them from receiving it. It says, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. As for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their ears and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they shall see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and shall understand with their heart, and shall be converted, and I should heal them. And that's the process, man. You know, the Lord is only allowing certain individuals to get this, to be healed, you know, which is the elect. Lord willing, we are a part of that remnant. The rest of the people who can't get this faith, to hell with them. You know, the Lord don't want them to be healed. The Lord wants to destroy them. The Lord wants to destroy 2/3 of our people, man. 66.6% of our people. That's more of the nation that's going to be destroyed as opposed to those that's going to be delivered. Matter of fact, let me grab that in the book of Second Ezra. You know, the comparison that he made. You know, I'm gonna close out on this. You know, that's why it's blessed our eyes, for we have the vision. You know, what the scripture say? Hope deferred maketh the people sick. If I'm roughly paraphrasing. So hope meaning what? Having vision, having faith. You know, when that's deferred, that's when majority of the people become what? Sick, man. You know, and with sickness comes death. You know, that's why the Lord is only healing the elect, because he's bringing salvation to the elect, which represents life. All right. This is Second Ezra chapter 9. We'll get straight to the point. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 15. I said, I have said before and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Verse 16, like as a wave is greater than a drop. And he answered me, saying, like as the field is, so is also the seed. As the flowers be, such are the colors also. Such as the workman is, such also is the work. And as the husbandman is himself, so is his husbandry. Also, for it was the time of the world. And now when I prepared the world which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people, which is in representation of the elect. It says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. You know, 2/3 of our people, they were born for nothing. You know, they were born without a purpose. Here it is, you got Jake out there trying to find a purpose in life. You know, they think their purpose is to be a rapper, entertainer, an athlete, you know, a boxer. Look, all of that is vanity. Why? Because it's not going to bring you salvation. You know, you're all competing for a corruptible crown. You know, it says, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect, man, which is the elect, you know, and that's one thing. We have to be perfect in understanding, first and foremost, perfect in his knowledge, and then the Lord can beautify us with perfection in the flesh, you know, and, you know, that brings a conclusion to this lesson, you know. We can't take this truth lightly. You know, the Lord blessed us with his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We got to utilize it to the best of our ability, feed the flock, you know, feed the sheep, you know, because we're in that time now to where the prophecies are speaking louder and louder. And as the Apostle Paul said in Romans 13, our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. So hold on, stay steadfast, stay rooted, stay planted, you know, and constantly put up the prayers, constantly, you know, keep the brotherhood in mind. Pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, never get discouraged and don't fear this devil nor his devices. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong in the faith. With that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakak Wadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do well, you know, leading the elect of the nation of Israel into the kingdom of heaven through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.